Who gets my stuff if I don't have a will? Hi, I'm Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me. So that's the question. I mean, what if I don't have a will? Where does all my stuff go when I die? Well, the government has a plan, and as you might surmise, it might not be a plan that fits your needs. But be that as it may, it's codified in law and there's no wiggle room. So, what I thought I would do today, I have a couple of notes here because it gets a little complicated, but try and simplify this and tell you where does your stuff go if you don't have a will. So, first off, if you have a spouse and no children and no parents living, everything goes to your spouse. Seems pretty straightforward. Okay. If you have children and no spouse, everything goes to your children in equal shares. Again, that seems pretty straightforward. If you have a spouse and children who are minors under the age of 18, it's different from our first category where we say this: if you have children, doesn't matter what age, everything goes to the children. But if you have a spouse and children who are under the age of 18, well, then it gets a little more complicated. The spouse gets half of the estate, and the children split everything else. Okay. What if you have a spouse and descendants, but no minor children? So now you have a spouse and adult children. Okay. Well, your spouse gets the first $40,000 plus half of the rest of the estate, and your adult children split the other half. So you see, it starts to get to be more of a math problem here, further down the tree of intestacy, as we call it, we go. Um, if you have a spouse and no descendants, in other words, no children, but your parents are still alive, living parents, well, in that situation, it depends on how long you've been married. If you've been married less than 5 years, well, then the spouse gets 40,000, first 40,000 and half the rest, and the parents split everything else. But if you've been married for more than 5 years, then the spouse inherits everything. And lastly, what if you have parents but no spouse or no descendants? So you're only survived by your parents. Well, your parents get everything in that situation. So it gets to be complicated, and that may not be exactly what you're looking for. The better choice, do your will, do an estate plan with an estate planner like me. So our information is at the end of this video. If you'd like to contact us about doing your estate plan, we'd be happy to help you. We do estate plans for regular folks like you and me.